Hey guys, this is Scott, and this is my YouTube channel, Escape Art by Scott. And I got a very nice little painting here for you today. Hopefully it'll work out. But again, subscribe to that channel for me, guys, and hit that old like button for me. I would appreciate it. It'll keep my videos going and all that. So let's get going. This is going to be kind of a long video here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this thing here. I got a 16 by 20 canvas here, like always, and well, not like always, but it's 16 by 20, and I have it going this way, which is horizontal. And, that's one of the first things you got to do when you start painting. When you got a an odd shape, 16 by 20, 30 by 40, 18 by 24, whatever, one side's longer than the other, all right? Which way you're going to have it. You want to have a horizontal, or you're going to go up and down vertical. It all depends what you're trying to paint, really. This way, I believe what they call it, it's a landscape type size. If it's going this way, if it's going up and down, they call it a portrait style or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, 16 by 20. I'm going to go ahead and mist this right here and put my layer of white paint up here. Now, if you just now seeing me, check out my other videos and you will understand what I'm about to do. So if you hold on, and I'll be right back. Alright, got my little layer of white paint up here, and I have me some sky blue color. Today it won't be much of a sky at all, really, because I'm going to have me some old mountains up here. It's going to cover up a lot of this sky. So why paint a whole big huge sky if you know you're going to be painting a mountain and cover most of it up? That's a waste of time, waste of paint, all that. So I'm going to come right up in here and just do this number here. Let's go ahead and mist that down just a little. And that's about all I'm going to do with the sky blue. Now I'm going to come back and dip it into some phthalo blue. And I'm just going to come right here on the side and just come like this. And I'm going to come on the other side. Something like that. Alright. Nice little dry brush here. Let's go ahead and mist this one more time. Now we're going to, from the bottom up, let's go ahead and start blending this. And be careful of this procedure here, because you'll blend it to where it's all just one color. And I don't want it to be all just one color. And that's all I'm going to do for a sky in this particular painting. Alright? And now I'm about to put in my little mountain range here. And I got me got a brush here, and mixed me some blue and some black and a little bit of white in here. And I'm going to come right up in here. This is the part, I'm a little shaky on, holding the brushes like this, horizontal. And best way to do it, guys, when you're starting out, just do it. Don't worry about making a mistake, because you always can come back, fix it. You learn by your mistakes, all that. So don't worry about it. And I'm going to come right up in here and just get a little wiggle. And make all these little distant mountain shapes, different trees, automatic. And I'm going to go right about there. Then come right down here, put a little more. This right here give you different range in your mountains. And then there's another level, some more distance here. Don't be afraid to reload. This is a very quick way of putting in a little mountain range here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and work on this, and I'll be right back. Now, got my mountain in. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put some water right through here. But first I'm going to put in some blue. This is just phthalo blue. And I'm going to be covering all this up with some land. So a lot of this blue won't be there. But I need this blue in here. Make me some nice little water. Like that. Just wet it down a little bit. Alright, now I got me some white paint. I'm just come right over at this blue. You'll understand what I'm doing once I put the land in and all. There. A nice little water movement kind of. Alright. Alright, mix me up some rock color, some brown, black, and a little white, just to lighten it up. Got it on the old pellet knife here. Now I want to come in here and put some land right through here. Some old good old rock color. Something like that. Maybe something over here. I'm just going to play around right through in here. So I'm going to shut the camera off. But what I was wanting to do is just make a little, little streams right through here, because right down here is going to be a nice waterfall. And that's all I'm going to do. Something like that, and that's it. Alright, so I'm going to shut the camera off and I'll be right back. Now, while this is drying up here, I need that dry because I'm going to come back and put some grass on here, but I need that to dry. If I try to put grass on it now, it'll just turn brown on me. So I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. In the meantime, I can go ahead and put in my little waterfall here. Let's see here. And this is this old phthalo blue again. And then it's going to fall. Right, coming along here. There. Now let's keep this little falling a little bit further for me. Notice now how I got this waterfall falling. This is this is the furthest down, and then as I move them to the left, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So this waterfall is right here, down here, and I'm going to end up way up here. And that gives it distance. That waterfall gives it distance. Now I'm going to come back with some phthalo green. Let's wet this down just a little. Right over that waterfall. let's put some old phthalo green right up in here. And a little bit more of this little phthalo blue. Just a touch. There. Now before this dries, I'm going to come back with some white. Just come right along. Through here. You might need to wipe that off. Let it go straight back into your white. And just come right down. And that's all there is to in making a waterfall. I wanted to put a little bit more right through here. There. Alright guys, I got my waterfall in. I just put a little misty area right down through here. And that is still a little bit too wet, so I'm going to go on to my next step. And I'm going to start blocking in this waterfall. I'm going to have me a row of trees. This scene right here is way in the background. And I'm going to start putting me some trees right through here. You can just scrub it in if you want. See, this little filbert brush I'm using is round. All your filbert brushes has a round tip to it, and that automatically going to give you, you know, the round, you know, canopies on top of trees. Yeah. Right. Now in front of these trees, I'm gonna put me another row, but you know, a little darker. Not much detail. And when you're putting in these trees here, it's probably best, once you do this, once you first put it in, go back over it and kind of smooth it out. You know, you're going to have some rough spots. Those rough spots will make it look a little closer than what you want it. There. Now guys, I'm going to start putting in a little rock formation right down here. Just letting it go, letting the palette knife work for me. That one. Let's come over here. Just block it in this waterfall. Now, if you want to leave these rocks out, leave them out. You know, this is just what I'm doing. Maybe give you an idea. I don't know. Maybe one right out here in the water, in the little mist area right here. Right about here. Right. I'm going to come right through here and just put in some trees. Formation right through here. Just to cover all this up. And you can just go like that. Really. Because the highlights will shape it for you. Like that. Maybe you'll have some come, maybe a tree right in front of that stone. And just come a little bit more. There. I'm going to just do the other side like it, and I'll be right back. I mixed me up some green and some yellow, and I'm about to put on this highlight. This is pretty much dried now, so I can come up here and put me on some of this good old grass color. Now notice how small my brush is. You know, it needs to be this small because you try to put a big old brush up here. This area a little bit too small for a big brush, so use a small one and you get the right amount of grass. Okay, if you use too big of a brush, more likely you're going to have too much. And I'm just going to tap this in. I'm going to cover up all the land right here with this grass. And my camera's about to go out on me, so I'm going to have to go and charge it up. I'll be back in about an hour. Just hang tight, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a fully charged camera, and we're ready to go. I'm going to come right up on color in this space right here. I'm gonna a big old tree, something like this. I'm gonna first put in my old little canopy type leaves up here. Put one right there, like that. Put one right in here. You go all the way across. Come back into my paint here. Notice how I'm covering this up, some of it. Blocking this area in also. Then trees make good. You make a mistake or something. This is the way you can cover it all up, these mistakes. Bushes do the same thing. Leaving some areas open. And we'll just do it like that. Now I need to let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, while this is dry, I'm going to come back here to my water. And just come back in here with some nice fresh white paint. Just come along here, and maybe there's a little drop off right there. Just a little splash. Continue on. Here's one way back here. Maybe a little splash here, a little bump right there, splash. going to continue on with this right here, and then I'll be right back. And right here in here, these little areas right here, these areas I don't paint, I think I'm going to come right up in here and just keep putting in this mist area. Now these rocks are good enough dry, you can go right over them. Like that. And then come on right over here and do this area. It's okay, you know, you get something in this little dark area, we're going to go over that with some green anyway, so that's okay. There. I'm going to come right here on top of this little, whatever you call this right here. I'm going to put me a nice little tree right here. Small brush, because I don't want this to be too strong right through here. I don't want to cover up all that water flow we just put in either. Something like that. Maybe another one right here. I'm going to be coming in and putting me the tree trunks in these trees a little later on. There. Maybe this one right here. Coming up. Right there. Alright, there you go. Alright, I'm about to put some leaves on this little tree right here, and I was getting, what are you thinking of it so far? I think it's looking alright, but definitely, if this is a real spot and you're walking through here, you best not forget your bug spray, because you're going to find some bugs here. Alright, especially those doggone mosquitoes. Alright, they are everywhere throughout here. So you better bring your bug spray. This the other day, I know Alaska, you know, sometimes, you know, you go through Alaska, that's their state bird is a mosquito. That's how big they are. But down here in southeast Georgia, we got some too. All right, we have some too. And I'd like to share this with you. Just the other day, I went to kill a mosquito, and it flew away before I could kill it. But I got to looking where, it was at. And the thing left its footprint. You know how big a mosquito has to be to leave a footprint. Alright, so we got ours, alright? I just thought I'd share that with you. But anyway, open up this brush just like this here. If I can show you just that little corner. That's what I'm painting with. Get right up in here. And all you do is just tap. You're letting the brush do all the work. For you. If you just allow it to, it will. Now the dark color is, that's, your little shadow areas for the tree. You look at a tree, it's going to have some dark areas through it. Alright, now you know what I'm doing, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that tree up, and I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to come right through here, and I'm going to be putting in me some stones. Just some old stone color, whatever you want, brown, black, white, you know, things like this right here. And you just come right in here and drop them in. Like that. I'm going to throw a little yellow ochre up here too as well. Let's see, there's a big old one right here. Alright. Maybe there's one right here. Alright, now I'm going to come up and put some grass in that. Alrighty. Got me some old green brush right here. Just come right up in here. All you do is just tap. You can make all these nice little things here. Come right straight down. Maybe some ferns or something living up here in here. And it's good to cover up some of this rock that you just did, because that just shows that the grass is overgrown. Cover up the rocks. Because if you don't, you know, doing that, it makes the rocks set into the painting instead of, like, you know, on top of the grass. There's some right down in here. Got me a little touch of yellow ochre. There. That don't look too bad. Alright. Now I'm going to come right down here and put these tree trunks in. Sticks, twigs, whatever. Now it has something holding up to these trees down here. Notice what I'm using, the little liner brush. I want this to remain a little small down here. If I use a big one, it would look too big. I mean, I just common sense. You know, you're going to use a big brush, you know, more likely, whatever you're painting is going to be big, right? Now, to ruin that illusion of distance into your painting. There. Now I come on this side over here, and let's just put in a little grass over here. I'm about to put this old tree trunk in here. I double loaded my brush. Like always, I got a dark color there and then a light color here. And just come right up in here and just drop in this little tree. Just gotta be careful. Don't make your tree limbs too big. Reload. All right. Now I'm going to come back with my liner brush and put all these little twigs in here. Twigs, branches, whatever you want to call them. And I'm almost done with this. I hope you like this one. I might come back and play around with it a little bit more, maybe add some rocks here and there. But I'm going to call this one finished. And again, guys, subscribe to that channel and keep hitting that like button for me. And until next time, you guys take care of yourselves. I'll be back shortly, maybe tomorrow or something, and I'll do another one for you. But keep coming back and see me, all right? Until next time.